guys, Roxy Sims here, and I have another speed build for you today. Today I am building a freight train station. This build was heavily inspired by the game Red Dead Redemption 2. So if you go to Saint Denis, there is this big passenger train station. Well, if you go just a little bit farther down the tracks, there is a freight train station. Now that is the inspiration for this. It is not an exact replica of it, but I was just greatly inspired by it. I thought it was really cool looking, and I wanted to make something like that. And just like in Red Dead Redemption 2, this is, I would say, more of a southern setting, and it's a little bit of an old-timey feeling. Maybe not like this place was actually built in the late 1800s, but I did want it to have that kind of feeling to it. I did want it to feel very old school. Like, trains are definitely still used today, but I wanted this to feel more like it was built in, the train's heyday, when trains were the thing. And I definitely wanted it to feel like it was in a town that was very agriculturally centered, if that makes sense. And by the way, if you go to this train station in Red Dead Redemption 2, that is so hard to say, by the way. But if you go to the train station in Saint Denis that this is based on, there are actually like mines. If you look under, it's like a side building, and you can go into the mines beneath this train station. And so I had to put those in as well. So I do add a couple little mine shafts underneath here, and that was really fun. I don't know what it is about Red Dead Redemption 2, but it is really inspiring to me. Every single time it makes me want to build something in The Sims. And I'm like constantly wanting to build these like Wild West kind of things because of that game. So like how long ago was it? Maybe a year ago, maybe 8 months ago, something like that. I built this Wild West mountain town, and it was incredibly inspired by this game. It was kind of like the town of Strawberry, if you've ever played that game. It's kind of like that. It was not like a full-on exact replica, but I really like just taking the general idea of the towns or of the buildings in that game and remaking them in The Sims. I have such a good time doing it. And the main reason that I'm even building this is because I actually built this probably a month ago, but it's just taken me this long to be able to have time to do a voiceover for it. So about a month ago, I was going through some major builder's block. I could not figure out what exactly I wanted to build. It's not that I didn't have ideas. I have like this whole huge list of things that I want to build. It's full of some crazy ideas in there. But for some reason, every time I tried to start building something in it, it was not working. I hated everything. Like, no, scrap it, that's terrible, I hate it. And so I just kept on starting a build and then realizing real quickly that I hated everything about it and didn't want anything to do with it and just deleting everything. So I knew the problem just had to be that I was just feeling really uninspired at the moment. And I mean, inspiration is like, you have to have some inspiration to do anything creative, really. So that's when I decided Red Dead Redemption had to be involved. Because I knew that every single time I see it, I'm like, oh, I gotta build that. No, I want to build that. And I get filled with the inspiration. So that's what I did, and it totally worked. It was like the cure-all. Anytime I'm feeling uninspired, I just need to get on that game. That's what I need to do. And what is also a really good way to get some inspiration is just looking at real-life houses. And there's this really cute neighborhood, and I went and checked that out. That helps so much. And of course, Google and Pinterest, and there's lots of different ways to get inspired when you're like, I wanted to build, I needed some creativity. And this time it just happened to be Red Dead Redemption 2 that inspired me enough to build. It doesn't happen all that often, but when builder's block hits, it is rough. Let me tell you. I'm pretty thankful for Discover University, though. Anytime a new pack comes out, I've got loads of inspiration. I'm a building machine, so I can't wait to get started building some of those college type of builds. Ooh, it's so exciting. Very exciting stuff. The newer debug items also played a huge role in inspiring this build. These newer debug items totally save the day with this. There's so many awesome ones that I just love. Having these, full-size train cars. Because, you can size up the toy train cars, but it's cool to have the big ones, and a lot of these, like those hay bales and the boxes and things like that, those were awesome to have for this build specifically. And I used the curved fencing to make some train tracks, and those aren't finished yet. I do add some cross pieces with some wood that you find in debug items. I don't know about you, but I really like trains. I'm kind of like, Sheldon from A Big Bang Theory, how he loves trains. That's kind of how I feel. Not as intensely as Sheldon. I don't have toy trains around, but I love riding in them. So I think it was actually almost exactly a year ago, I got to go on this really cool train ride, and the train had this glass dome on it that I got to go upstairs in the train and sit in the glass dome, and they bring you a meal, and you just have a nice little train ride. And I think some of those train cars on that train were, I don't know, from I think the late 1800s, I think more early 1900s. They had some really old ones with some lots of antique stuff in it. It was really, really cool. I had the best time. I would travel by train all the time if I could. Just a slow, leisurely train ride. It sounds lovely. The thing is with these old school train rides nowadays, it's they're so expensive. They used to be, I don't know, probably not super cheap, but they had to be cheaper than what they are now. They're more of a touristy thing, I think, nowadays. So it costs quite a lot of money to go on that train ride with the glass dome in it. I mean, too much. So I can't go on those train rides very often, but I would if I could. That is for sure. Oh, I did want to tell you guys, this is probably going to be, I think, the last video that I upload until Discover University comes out. I'm wanting to save some of my creativity and inspiration and ideas until after that comes out. And as I'm recording this right now, the live stream for Discover University has not happened yet. As I'm recording it right now, it happens tomorrow. By the time this comes out, though, the stream has already happened, and we hopefully probably know lot sizes. That is what I'm hoping. How many lots, what sizes they are. I want to see the actual lots, because they haven't really showed that very much. A little bit in the gameplay trailer, but totally not enough. So I want to know the lot sizes, and even though I won't be putting out no new videos, I will be working on new builds. So, obviously I won't have the Discover University stuff yet, but as long as I know the lot sizes, I can at least start working on the structures of the things that I want to build. So I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to get a head start on the builds that I want to do for Discover University. That way, as soon as that comes out, I can just, quickly furnish it, get the video edited and voiceover and all that, and get it uploaded quickly after that. Because, as I mentioned in my Brightchester bowling video, I will be going camping the day after Discover University comes out. So what I'm really hoping is that I can hurry up and finish a video. That way I can get it, uploaded like the day after Discovery University comes out. So that is my hope. I have my fingers crossed that I can do it that quickly, but we will see. So back to the build. This building that I'm working on right here is more of a farming and agricultural type of building. So it'll store hay bales and maybe some trees. Like I have some logs there, some, just that kind of thing. Just agricultural kinds of things that need to be shipped on the train. And this one over here, I'm styling it more like an industrial type of building. So, trying to cover both of the bases. And then, of course, in that little outbuilding kind of thing, that is where the mine will be. So that's, more of coal. I'm gonna say coal, sure. So that's where they'll get that. So, oh, and the little silo thing, I figured that could have grain or whatever else in it. So wanted to cover all the bases. Eventually, I really do want to build a passenger train station. And I want it to be, maybe I'll build like a couple of them. So I really like those really old school Wild West kind of train stations. I kind of built that in my Wild West mountain town. I have a little train station there. But I also want to build one of those really grand, kind of domed glass ceiling kind of train stations. The ones I'm talking about. Those are beautiful. And I think that would be really fun to build. So I have to eventually build that. It is on my list. I absolutely adore those windows that we got from the Moschino pack. Those are perfect for all different kinds of industrial builds. And, that was a huge reason why I wanted to build it too. Because whenever I saw this building in Red Dead Redemption 2, I was like, oh my god, we have those exact windows now in Sims. So that was part of it. I love those windows. I know I'm going to be using them so much. I'm working on the mine right now, and I really wish we had kind of a ramp kind of thing, because a mine would definitely not have stairs. Definitely not going to have stairs. Not quite that functional, right? But that's all I really got. And we also don't have elevators, so I didn't really know what to do. So I just put stairs. So that would have to work for the time being. But hopefully at some point, maybe in Discovery University, we'll get elevators? Who knows? We will see. That would be really cool. Because of course we have elevators in city living, but they're not like functional elevators that we can use in our builds. So to have that, I would love it. Well guys, we are pretty much done with this build. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it more than you know. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I hope to talk to you all again very soon. Bye everybody!